Hey y'all, welcome to Maverick Gunworks channel. Today I'm going to talk about something new on the market, not been out very long anyway, the Ruger 57. And gunfire is a FN 5.7 by 28 cartridge, which is tiny bit longer than a 22 Magnum rimfire, except this is a centerfire cartridge. So you got that little bitty lightweight bullet and a centerfire cartridge that's super fast for a handgun especially. We're talking about 2,300 to 2,800 feet per second, depending on what brand and which particular size of grain of bullet anyway. So, with that being said, let's take a look at the new Ruger 57. All right, and here we have the firearm. There we go, how about that? And we have a couple different features about this gun. You can see now, we show the chamber is empty. Right, we don't play with loaded guns here. We have ambidextrous magazine release in that it is changeable. You can push, it comes from the factory for right-handed people, it's typical, but you can change the mag release button to the other side for left-handed folks if you wanted to. The gun also has, as an ambidextrous control, the safety lever is on both sides of the firearm. Right. We also have with this gun a Picatinny rail that is part of the lower part of the frame here, so you can mount your optics or flashlight or laser, whatever kind of thing for it. Also, I noticed that we have steel adjustable rear sight as opposed to some other polymer options possible in some of the modern plastic guns these days. But this one is adjustable for windage and elevation both. And we have a nice bright green fiber optic front sight that shows up well. Also have the what else are we going to talk about? Oh, the serrations. I'm sorry, the serrations on the slide. You have rear serrations and also on the front. So a lot of folks like to grab on the front and be able to write the slide back. And with this one, we also have a cutout that lightens the slide a little bit. Well, it is a very lightweight gun actually for such a capacity. You got a magazine that holds 20 rounds, okay, plus one in the chamber. So you got 21 rounds of firepower, really fast, little bitty bullets. Anyway, let's show you how to take the thing apart. As far as cleaning goes, we're going to let the slide down, and to do so, we take typically any kind of non-marring tool, I reckon you'd say. What I like to use now is the butt of the magazine is a good way to do this. You push down on the little takedown button, okay? And then you can, as you push down, you can pull out and rotate it down 90 degrees. All right. We'll pull it slightly back and leave it forward just a little bit, go forward, and then it just rolls right off. Okay. So your slide is engaged into the track on the front section here, right up, pretty much right over top of the front of the trigger guard. Another track right at the back edge of the gun. That's what holds the frame on. All right. And to get the slide apart or take it down and field strip it, we're going to field strip it and take cleaning patches to it. So we'll pull our spring out, slip out our barrel, it lifts up, and here we have it field stripped. And we'll do with like we would any other firearm, we're going to clean out with some solvent, especially on the face of the chamber here. Let the solvent soak a little bit, and to give it 5 to 10 minutes or so, then come back with some clean dry patches. And even in your barrel, and we're going to run our solvent through the barrel, give it a few minutes to dissolve the carbon and lead and copper residue. And if you've been shooting it with any handgun especially, you're going to need to possibly let it soak and come back with a brass brush or even a polymer or plastic bristle brush to help clean out some of the rifling from your copper buildup, and you come back with a clean dry patch. When the patches come out clean, you can add some lubrication to it. Add your little bit of lube to it, and keep it free to operate. All right. Same thing with our slide. And you can see this is a brand new gun, just right out of the box from the factory. So we have some white, looks like a white lithium grease on the tracks where the slide operates. Also inside the frame, we have a little bit of grease down here where the takedown pin rotates, and on the On the trigger part, you want just a dab of lubrication on the hinge point where the trigger rotates. And same thing back here on your hammer and sear section. Just a lightweight, little bit of oil, or possibly light grease on the contact points that will keep it free from binding. And anyway, but I wouldn't put, if you're going to use oil versus grease, for example, as far as that goes, I recommend that you either way try to wipe it off and just leave a thin film. Don't let it be gobbled up there so that dirt sticks to it. You just need a thin lubricating film on it. All right. And now let's go ahead and we've got it cleaned up. We'll lay our barrel back in here with our locking lug facing up. Lays them just like this. We're going to put our recoil spring back in, which is a capture recoil spring. We don't have to be struggling with the spring loose on the guide rod. Put that in our recess forward. Slip it down into the barrel on our locking lug there. And to place it back on, all we got to do is rotate and line up our notches inside the frame. Maybe you can see this anyway. There's a notch right here milled out into the frame, also on the back, that will fit nicely on our tracks in front of the frame. So we're going to lay that down here, just like that. Catch it just right, and it'll sit right down on the top of the frame. All right, once that happens, push it back and holding the gun so you can lock down your slide lock. You'll pull the gun back and push your slide lever down, or up rather in this case, so you're locking the slide back. Once that happens, it's a good idea to push the barrel a little bit, make sure the barrel's seated back as far as it'll go. And if the barrel's back in position right, you should be able to rotate. There you go. Rotate your takedown pin back in place and snap it in. You hear that click, now it's snapped back into place. All right, now we can release our slide. There we go, the gun's ready to go back to work. All right, how about that? So there we go. That's a lightweight, high capacity, 5.7 by 28 cartridge. I tell you something, let's do something too. I haven't done this yet on it, and this would be totally new to me too, as far as the seeing what the trigger pull is. But I'm just kind of enjoying the way this gun feels in my hand. I've got a good texture grip on the grip on the back strap, on the front strap. So you got a little bit of indentation here for right or left hand folks. It fits your hand very well. At least it does mine anyway. So I kind of like the way that's doing. And that being the case, let's do our trigger pull test and see what we got here. All right, I'm going to double check here for sure. And the gun is, all right, is not loaded. Let's take our trusty gauge. I'll reset my gauge here. All righty, a little bit of tug there, and 4.5 pounds. That's pretty cool. Not bad for a factory gun right out of the box. I could deal with that. Well, there we go. What else can we say about this nice little firearm? I like it. I hope we have opportunity to go out and shoot it some. With the way things are crazy these days, it's been difficult to acquire the ammo, honestly. So if we get hold of some ammo, maybe we'll go out and test fire this thing and see what it does on the range. Anyhow, thanks for watching, and if we can help you out with something with the Maverick Gunworks, give us a call.